Okay, I want you to picture something with me. You're on a trip. You've just landed in Berlin. You're tired. You're hungry. And you're walking down this charming cobblestone street. You see a bakery.
Sounds like a dream scenario so far.
It is, right? The smell of fresh bread is wafting out. It's perfect.
I can picture it.
Until you walk up to the glass case. You see this delicious glazed pastry. You point your finger. You look at the little card with the name on it. And your brain just stops.
The wall hit.
The wall hits hard because for most English speakers looking at written German, it doesn't feel like reading. It feels like staring at this terrifying wall of consonants.
It feels aggressive.
Yes. You've got letters that look familiar, but they're in the wrong order. And then you have these dots, the Umlaute, just kind of floating around.
It really has a reputation for being, impenetrable, like a secret code.
Exactly. And the gut reaction is usually panic. You just point and grunt, "One of those, please."
We've all been there.
But today, we are going to fix that. We are doing a deep dive into what is effectively Lesson 2 of a German for Absolute Beginners course.
That's right. Lesson 1 is usually, hello and goodbye. Lesson 2 is where the rubber meets the road. It's the alphabet, phonetics.
And the mission for this deep dive is to prove a very specific, very bold claim made by our source material. The claim is that German is actually easier to read than English.
It sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Especially with that reputation for harshness.
It does.
But the source argues that German is strictly logical. It's a phonetic language, and the promise is massive. Once you learn the rules of the alphabet, you can correctly pronounce almost any word you see.
Even if you have no idea what it means?
Exactly.
That is a huge promise because, let's be real, English is a mess. I mean, from a design perspective, it's a disaster.
Oh, English is absolute chaos. Think about it. You have rough, R-O-U-G-H.
Right.
Sounds like rough.
Right.
Then you have dough, D-O-U-G-H. Same spelling, completely different sound.
Yeah.
Then through, then bow.
And cough. It's a guessing game. You basically have to memorize every single word. The letters lie to you.
Exactly. In English, the letters are just suggestions. In German, the letters are instructions. If you see a letter, it makes a specific sound every single time.
So what we're doing today isn't just reciting the ABCs. We're handing you the decoder ring.
That's it.
I love that. No more guessing. So looking at the notes, we've broken this down into the 4 biggest stumbling blocks.
Right. The things that immediately identify you as a tourist if you get them wrong.
We're going to look at the tricky 4 consonants, then the famous Umlaute,
The dots.
then the weird Ezet, and finally the vowel teams.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's dive into part 1, the tricky 4.
These are what the source calls false friends. And I think that's such a perfect description.
Because they look like friends. They look like English letters. You see them and think, oh, I know you.
Yeah, you get lulled into this false sense of security. I mean, 22 of the 26 letters are basically the same as in English.
So you're reading along, feeling good, and then bam, you hit one of these 4.
And you say it wrong. It's about overriding your autopilot.
Right. It's about that visual association. Your brain sees the letter and fires the English neuron.
We need to rewire that.
Okay, let's rewire. Letter number 1, the letter J.
The letter J. Now, in English, J is a hard sound. Jump. Jelly.
That ja sound.
In German, the J is a master of disguise. It's actually the English Y.
So every time I see a J, I have to think yellow or yogurt.
Precisely. The mnemonic in the notes is J is for yacht. It's a strong visual.
J is for yacht. Okay, so let's apply this. The German word for year, it's spelled J-A-H-R.
If you read that with English eyes, you'd say jar.
Like a jar of pickles, yeah. But with the rule, J is Y.
It's yar. Sounds like yar.
Or the most common word for yes, J-A.
It's not yar.
It's ja, like yeah. Okay, that feels manageable. Simple swap. But this next one, V, this is where I feel like things get messy.
The letter V is a classic trap. In English, V vibrates. Victory, violin.
You feel it buzzing on your lip.
But in German, the V, it hardens up. It becomes the English F.
V equals F. So the mnemonic is V is for father.
Right, which is handy because the German word for father starts with a V. It's spelled V-A-T-E-R.
And your English brain just screams Vader, like Darth Vader.
Totally. Luke, I am your Vater.
But if you apply the rule, V is F.
It's Vater.
Vader.
It sounds almost exactly like the English word father. And that's a key insight. Often if you pronounce it right, it sounds like the English word.
Wait, I have to ask about the ultimate test of this rule. Volkswagen.
Oh, the perfect example. Americans usually say Volkswagen, right? With that hard English V.
Yeah.
But in German, it starts with a V, so it's an F sound. Folks.
Folks, like people.
The people's car. Exactly. But we are done with that word because the second half of Volkswagen brings us to our third tricky letter.
The W.
The W. This is the villain of the alphabet for English speakers.
The villain. That seems a little harsh.
It is the villain because the W is so visually distinct. You see a W, you think water. Wow. You round your lips. Wah.
Right.
German just doesn't do that sound. The wah sound doesn't exist. In German, the W steals the sound that the V just gave up.
Okay, let me track this. V became F, and now the W, it becomes a V.
Correct. The German W sounds like the English V.
This is like a game of musical chairs with letters.
It is a bit, but the mnemonic helps. W is for vampire.
W is for vampire. Okay, because vampire starts with that V sound.
Right. So go back to the car. Kopkoswagen. The first letter is V, so F sound. The middle letter is W.
So V sound, it's Volkswagen.
Volkswagen. Perfect.
That sounds so much more correct. It sounds premium. Volkswagen.
It does. And think about the word for water. W-A-S-S-E-R. A tourist asks for Wasser.
And gets a confused look.
But if you use the rule W is for vampire, you ask for Wasser.
Wasser.
You're halfway to fluency right there. It's these little shifts that signal to a native speaker, oh, this person gets it.
I love that. Okay, one more in the tricky four, the letter Z.
The Z. In English, it's a buzzing sound. Zoo. Zebra. It's soft. German hates soft Zs.
German wants percussion. The notes say it sounds like TS.
Yes. Like a hi-hat on a drum kit. T-S, T-S. The visual aid is to think of the end of the word cats.
C-A-T-S. That sharp snap at the end. TSS.
Now put that sound at the start of a word.
That's physically kind of hard to do. TS.
It takes practice. The word for time is Zeit. Z-E-I-T. It's not Zeit.
It's sight.
Or zoo. In German, it's zoo, but pronounced tu.
Two. Wow, it's so crisp, it's not lazy.
German is rarely lazy.
So to recap, J is a Y, like yacht, V is an F, like father, W is a V, like vampire, and Z is TS, like cats.
You've got it. Master those four, you eliminate probably 60% of accent mistakes.
That's a huge return on investment. But now we have to talk about the scary stuff. Part 2. The umlaut.
The dots.
I used to think these were just decoration. You know, like how Mötley Crüe put dots over their vowels to look cool?
The heavy metal umlaut. It's a real trope.
Yeah.
But in German, they are definitely not decoration. They're not optional.
So I can't just ignore them.
Absolutely not. The source is very clear on this. The dots change the sound, and more importantly, they change the meaning of the word.
So if I ignore them, I'm literally saying the wrong word.
Yes. And the challenge is that these are sounds we don't naturally have in English. The source calls it gymnastics for the mouth.
I saw that. It's like physical therapy for your tongue.
It really is. You have to use your muscles differently. Yeah. So we have three of them. Oo and oo.
Okay, let's start with O and A with 2 dots.
This is the gateway umlaut.
Yeah.
It's the easiest one. It basically makes the sound A, like the E in bed, or A in man.
Okay.
So the word for apples is Äpfel.
Äpfel. That feels fine. I can do that.
But now we get to the O umlaut. This is where people get stuck.
The notes have a very specific set of instructions here. It's like a yoga pose for your face.
It is. I want you to try this. Step 1. Shape your lips into a tight O, like you're surprised. Oh!
Okay. Lips are round. Oh.
Now, freeze your lips. Do not let them move. Keep that circle, and from the back of your throat, try to say the letter E.
Okay. Lips in O. Trying to say E. Ooh.
That's it. Ooh.
It feels weird. It feels like the sound is stuck right behind my teeth.
It's a very frontal sound. A good way to think about it is, imagine you just saw something kind of gross. That sound, it has that quality.
Okay, that is so gross.
The word to practice is schön. It means beautiful.
Schön.
See, most Americans say schön, or maybe schön, but it's schön. You need that tight O shape.
Schön. I feel like I'm pouting.
You have to pout to speak German. It's required.
Okay, I'll embrace the pout. Next one, the U umlaut.
Same principle, different shape. Step 1, purse your lips like you were about to whistle. Really tight.
Whistle face. Check.
Now with that whistling face, try to say E.
Whistle face. Say E. Ooh.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Ooh is a very sharp, high sound.
It reminds me of French a little. Like 2.
Very similar. The example word is fünf, which means 5.
Fünf.
Compare that to the English fun. Fünf is much tighter.
If I didn't do the dots, I'd just be saying fumf.
Which isn't a word. Fünf.
Man, my mouth is actually tired.
It takes conditioning.
Yeah.
But there is a really cool pro tip in the source for this. Because, you know, sometimes you're typing an email, you're on a US keyboard, and you can't find the dots.
Right. I've had this happen. I usually just skip them.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
We just said that changes the meaning. There is an official hack.
What's the
You
hack?
add an E after the vowel. The E acts as a stand-in for the dots.
So, becomes AE.
Correct.
Oh.
Becomes OE, and U becomes UE.
So if I'm writing shown and I can't find the key.
You write SCHOEN. And every German speaker knows exactly what that means.
That is super useful. Okay, moving on to part 3. We've done the tricky 4, the mouth gymnastics. Now the letter that doesn't even exist in our alphabet, the ezit.
The famous weird B.
It really does look like a capital B. When I see it, my brain screams, buh.
And that is the trap. It has absolutely nothing to do with the letter B.
So what is it?
It's an S. Specifically, a sharp, hissing S.
Just an S.
Just an S. Think of the S in the word snake or kiss. It's that sharp, unvoiced sound.
So why the weird symbol? Why not just write S?
Well, historically, it's a bit complicated. It was a fusion of 2 old letters.
Yeah.
But functionally today, it just tells you hiss, he.
Yeah. So give me an example.
The word for street.
Oh.
Looks like STRA weird BE.
Strobe.
No. Strasse.
Strasse. Got it. Or the word for big, gross.
Gross.
So whenever I see that weird B, I just need to think snake.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But here is a fascinating little cultural nugget from the source. There's one place where you will never see this letter.
Oh.
Switzerland.
Really?
The Swiss Germans decided the S-it was inefficient. They just eliminated it. In Switzerland, they just write S for everything.
That is so on brand for the Swiss. This letter is inefficient. Get rid of it.
It simplifies things for them. But in Germany or Austria, you have to know it. Don't say B, say S.
Got it. Don't panic. It's just a snake. Okay, home stretch here. Part 4, the vowel teams.
Also known as diphthongs.
This is where I think the biggest confusion happens, aside from the W. When you see 2 vowels next to each other, specifically E and I.
Oh, the EI versus IE.
A nightmare. It's a nightmare. You see wine for wine or wine for Vienna, and you have to guess. Is it I? Is it E?
In English, we have that I before E except after C rule.
Which is a terrible rule that barely works.
German, however, has a cheat code for this that works 100% of the time.
I am ready. What is the rule?
When you see E and I together in any order, look at the second letter. That is the letter you pronounce.
Wait, run that by me again. The second letter does the talking.
The second letter does all the talking, and you pronounce its English name.
Okay, let's test this. The combination E-I. The second letter is I.
How do you say the letter I in English?
I.
So EI sounds like I.
Einstein.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Einstein.
Or.
Or vine for wine, mine for my. EI, say I.
Okay, that works. Now flip it. I-E. The second letter is E.
How do you say the letter E in English?
E.
So IE sounds like E.
Like beer. For beer.
Dear. Z for she.
Yeah.
Leave for love. The second letter is E, so you make the long E sound.
That is shockingly simple. I've been guessing my whole life.
It's the skeleton key for reading. You stop seeing a jumble of vowels and you just look for the second letter.
There is one more vowel team mentioned, the combination EU.
Yes. This one catches people off guard because EU in English is usually U, like in Europe.
Right.
In German, EU makes the sound oi, like boy or toy.
Oi.
So think about the currency, the euro.
In English, we say euro.
But in German, EU is oi. So the euro.
Euro. That sounds so distinct.
Or the word for friend, Freund.
Freund. Like Sigmund Freud, that's EU Freud.
Exactly. Once you hear it, you can't unhear it.
So let's bring this all together. We started this talking about panic, about the Enigma machine. But if we look at the board now.
Hopefully you see patterns instead of chaos.
You see a J, you say Y, you see a W, you say V. You see those dots, you make the funny face, you see 2 vowels.
You follow the second one. And that brings us back to that core promise. The German language isn't trying to trick you.
English tries to trick you constantly.
English is a prankster. German is strict, yes, but it's fair. It gives you a rule book and it sticks to it.
Which means if I pick up a German newspaper right now, I might not know what the words mean.
But you could read them aloud and a German person would understand you.
Wow.
And that builds confidence so much faster. You stop mumbling and start projecting.
So to wrap this up, the source material has a little homework assignment. A challenge.
I love this action step. It makes it personal.
The challenge is, try to spell your own name using German phonetics. Not just writing the letters, but thinking about how they sound.
Right. So if your name is John,
yeah.
J-O-H-N.
If I read that with German rules, J is Y, becomes Jan.
Jan, yeah.
Or take the name David, D-A-V-I-D.
Well, in English, it's David. But in German, the A is A, the V is F, the I is E.
Defeed.
Hafid, exactly. Or Walter, W-A-L-T-E-R.
W is V.
Soval.
Walter. It's a really cool mental exercise. Write your name down and try to Germanize it. See what rules apply.
It breaks that autopilot. It forces you to stop looking at the letters as your letters and start seeing them as German letters.
And that's the first step. Stop translating, start decoding.
Exactly. Use the rules as tools, not restrictions. Once you master them, you stop hesitating. You can just speak.
And speaking with confidence is the whole game. Thanks for decoding with us today.
Bis zum nächsten Mal.
See you in the next deep dive.